Alright, so this is something you can work on without a metronome for quite a bit. Just want to make sure that all these notes and these bar chords are coming out. And from what I heard, the minor chords are actually probably going to need the most work. Probably should have put those first. But that note on the G string, that's the one that doesn't seem to come out all the time. So careful with that when you're working your way back down. So I say you don't need a metronome for the most part because I want you to take your time with this and just make sure every chord sounds right. So instead of like starting over as you're working this up, there's a lot of chords there, so room for error is high. So just want to make sure that every note sounds as good as possible. So like when you're working down or working up or down, if you hear anything like not ring out, like maybe you have that sort of sound, instead of starting all the way over, just fix that chord and then start working your way back down and so on. So that being said, I'll go ahead and play the 60 here, because once you get comfortable doing this exercise, if you can play this at least 60, that'd be good. So this way you can work on transitioning to in a proper time. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And one thing I'm doing that helps a bit is I will let go of the pressure just slightly as I go from chord to chord to give my hand just a very, very tiny break. And one thing I noticed, like when I'm doing the minor chord, I don't just like have my middle finger off. It seems like it wants to rest on top of my index finger. I don't know if it really helps me physically hold that thing better. Might just be more old psychological. But don't be afraid to try different hand positions and whatnot. Like putting the finger here, or like kind of moving your arm a little bit, putting the wrist out more, pulling the hand back, whatever, just to make everything sound good. Alright, and then this guy. Whoops, I need to make this bigger. There. Ending with that arpeggio. Okay. So now one thing you're going to see me do for that suspended second chord, I'm just going to take my pinky and stick it out like that. But you've been using those 3 fingers for the 2 whole steps. So I mean, you're welcome to try going from the A5 to the A sus2 like that, but that's perfectly fine too. So when you go from the A sus2 to the C major 7 with no 5, your pinky is going to stay put. That's an anchor finger. And then when you go to the C, no 5, You just scooch that pinky over. So going from the C major 7 to the C no 5, the 8 and 7, they don't move. Going to that D minor chord, everything moves, but the 7th fret, that's an anchor finger. Going from the D minor to that F/C. So even though the 8th fret is being played here in both chords, don't go like this to this. Don't just scoot your ring finger in there. Hold the chord like that, because that's more like how you're going to do these shapes almost every single time. So here, switch those fingers around. So only the index finger stays put. And then jumping into the C chord, everything's got to change. And then that G/B, you get a bar with your index finger. And then that last part is just a regular old bar chord. Alright, let's do this guy at old 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just realized I put a damn note in there wrong. Now it's fixed. So I'll be sending you the update with that. Hopefully you haven't been... Hopefully you didn't even notice it if you already started practicing. Here it is at 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. At 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total brain fart there. Take 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 120. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's that. All right. Can you see the bags in my eyes, Ken? I just woke up. Took some melatonin last night to help put me out. I always wake up groggy with that crap. And you get weird ass dreams when I get weird dreams when I take that stuff. Fucking dreaming about my goddamn ex-wife number 2. It's like, son of a bitch. I don't want to dream about her ass. All right, man. If you have any questions, let me know. I think you said you'd be home next week. But I'll see you online in 6 days.